My name is Ger Foley. I'm a partner in a general practice called Comerford Foley, a small practice based in Tramore in County Waterford in Ireland. And we've got 2 partners and 6 staff. So we started in 2011. As I say, we're a general practice, looking after everything from bookkeeping right through up to tax and succession projects. The problems that we were hoping to overcome, well, it was workflow related, but it was visibility as much as anything else. And it was, especially since the start of the pandemic, with us all working remotely, it became apparent that we didn't have a kind of a high level oversight of workflow. And from a leadership perspective, it was very difficult for myself and for Colin to actually see where all of the work was at any one stage. The impact of those problems on the team and ourselves was inefficiencies, in that there was uncertainty, there was probably duplication, and there wasn't communications with clients. Wasn't as straightforward either, because you didn't have a situation whereby you knew exactly where something was. There was just a whole level of uncertainty and duplication in a lot of the processes. We looked at a number of competitor tools, but what I suppose attracted us to Pixie was its simplicity in many ways, and the fact that it was very much focused at practices our size. It felt like a much easier tool to implement, because obviously one of the most daunting things of any kind of software implementation is, it's going to take us 6 months, or it's going to take us X number of man hours, which we already don't have. That's what we're trying to solve by putting it in place. And from the research I did on Pixie, it just appeared to me that it was something that we could get to grips with quite quickly. The aspects that drew us towards Pixie, as well as the simplicity, the email integration was key for us, and also the secure encryption communication aspect with clients. We were using various other tools to securely send documentation, which again was duplication of cost, so we could incorporate that all into our one-off cost with Pixie. The feedback we've received from clients around that email functionality and the file sharing functionality is very, very positive. It's easy for the client to use. They don't have passwords to worry about, which a lot of the other secure mechanisms do need. They just get a secure link, they can upload stuff. So the feedback has been very positive. Not massive reservations, because I think the research we had done had shown that if it didn't work, it was probably going to be because of us as opposed to because of Pixie. From the research that most people probably do on workflow tools, is they'll always find that there's some aspect of the tool that isn't there for them. They want absolutely everything, and a lot of the time, you're not going to get that. So I think you have to pick something and then work with that particular tool and make it fit with your processes. And Pixie does that because of its simplicity as well. We were a team of 8, so we gave 4 people access to it initially, but of those 4, only 2 were really only using it. We did some calls with your own team to get that cohort of 4 people familiar with it. But the starting process was to clean our data ourselves, and that was a project that we needed to do anyway. So our office manager just worked on cleaning our CRM data, which are our clients, and it was a real positive of Pixie as well, because you can set your own client types within it. So we were able to filter, create what we wanted to. You're able to add various fields to the types of clients you want. So we took our time with that process, and at the same time, some of us were developing our actual task templates or our workflow tools. We've interlinked those with video using other video tools, which I think it's YouTube and Loom, if I'm not mistaken, that Pixie allow you to use. We've been using Loom, which is fantastic for the task templates. So the idea is that if we get new staff members in, or trainee staff members, that they'll have the workflow tool in front of them, they'll have the video to click on to go and get some guidance, and we'll add to those over time as well. So the steps we took, we've taken it quite slowly with it, and then we've trialled it then with a number of clients in terms of the email integration and the sharing of encrypted data with the client. So we've taken it very much piecemeal, step by step. How Pixie has helped us so far has been really with the storing of the client email. That was something we never had with any of the tools we've used previously. And especially being remote again, one of the real issues we had was what communications have happened on a particular client in the last week, when that client might contact myself or Colin mainly. We didn't know if one of the team had been communicating with the client. Now we know, we can see the email traffic straight away. So that's been a huge positive. And the other positive has been the ease of sharing data with clients. I think if you've done your research and you want to keep things simple but very, very efficient, I would say definitely give Pixie a go. Spend the time doing your research, obviously, and give it an opportunity to embed in your practice. Don't be expecting it to be 100% day one. Don't get frustrated with that. Stick with it, and it'll definitely make your practice more efficient.